We made a pit stop on our way to the Grand Canyon at this little sub place, and it was $18 for a turkey and provolone cheese sub. So don't get codded like us when you're there. But we were able to use the facilities and all like that before we got back onto the bus.
On the left side, more fence. You see it? Two people put the fence, and they put a mailbox down there where you saw it. And they wait a year collecting mail record, correspondent. And after the year, they go to the BLM, Bureau of Land Management. Hi, I've been living on this property. This is the measurements for a whole year. I want the deed of the land. And that's how the Bureau of Land released the land to these people. So look around. 47,000 people did it. In Arizona, did not like that. So Arizona said, congratulations. You can build a house the way you want it, but we are not going to provide you with any water. How about that? So they don't have water. And yes, now we're going to enter a weird town. It's called Darling Spring. But remember, I don't know why they call it Darling Spring, because there's no water here. It should be called Darling. And what do they do to get water? The blue house right here on the left, look at the black container in the back. They fill that up with water. One truck comes over and fill it up once a month. I don't know how they storage the water. How do they know how many gallons of water they need? But that's how they do it. Oh, they get those plastic containers as the mobile detail car washer that comes to your house. They got those plastic containers that they store the water. You get to see that here. And where do they get water from? Right here, there's a little tiny house on the left. We don't have any example. That's where the water comes from. They got to fill that up and connect it to their homes. And there's a bizarre restaurant here. I want to share this with you. On the right side, this guy is selling franchise. Look at the right. It's a Mexican Chinese restaurant. One of its kind. Another thing about this town, they got no hospitals. So the closest thing to an emergency response is the fire department. The closest hospital to them, and if they have a trauma, they got to go back to Nevada. Past the dam is St. Rose Dominican Hospital. That's the closest to them. But it's not the children's fault that the parents are squatter, so the government built a school for the children. It's right in front. It goes from kindergarten, Head Start, to 8th grade, and that's it. All right, we continue with science. We were talking about that John Wesley Powell. He discovered 3 things inside of the Grand Canyon. He discovered a black fire stain. He discovered seashells and sand at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. And he also discovered a black rock that was blocking his path. Current geologists, what do they do when they study John Wesley Powell's manifest? They read and they go and investigate. They want to make sure that whatever he says is 100% accurate. So the scientists went looking for the black fire stain, and they found it. Upon measuring the black fire stain, they discovered that was not the residue of fire. That was lava, frozen lava from a volcano that erupted inside of the Grand Canyon 1,000 years ago, leaving the lava forever frozen in time. The second clue, seashells and sand. Scientists compared the seashells and sand to the Pacific Ocean, and they came up with a hypothesis. They said that something took place inside of the Pacific Ocean. They call it the Ring of Fire. It's a series of oceanic volcanic eruptions that creates a domino effect every time one takes place. And that's how the Bay Area, San Francisco, Los Angeles, it shakes every time there's something happen at the Ring of Fire, Pacific Ocean. The scientists believe that something major took place there that created a major tsunami, and the tsunami traveled 400.2 miles, bringing the water inside of the Grand Canyon. The water traveled inside of the Grand Canyon so fast that it removed all plant creation was yanked right out, removing all the roots out of the plants. So when you view the walls of the Grand Canyon today, you're gonna be able to see that there's no vegetation sticking out. It's completely bald. The water continued traveling inside of the Grand Canyon, leaving forever evidence of coral, sand, seashells all over the canyon, and it continued traveling through the lower end of the Grand Canyon. Where is the lower end of the Grand Canyon? It is Zion National Park. And the water continued exiting from Zion National Park. It made it into Nevada and created our state park called Valley of Fire. The water continued going from Valley of Fire, and it traveled through Nevada towards southern Nevada area and Las Vegas Boulevard area. And then, because Las Vegas Boulevard is in the bottom of the bowl, it filled up the water all the way to oxidize the rocks at Red Rock National Park and the walls of the mountains, the mountains around the Grand Canyon. They had the red discoloration. That is the hypothesis that we have established. Okay, it's called the Great, like Michael Jordan, the Great Conformative, like pros and cons. C-O-N, conformative. Form, the word form, like you forming something with Play-Doh. Conformative. Go ahead, put it in Google. It talks about that we don't know where the rocks went. It is 1.3 billion years of rock history that we believe that when the ocean came in, it drags those rocks back to the ocean. There it is. All right, enjoy it. I'm not gonna talk to you until we finish. I gotta enjoy this. I'll be back. Here's the first portion. Yeah, baby. All right, here's a little one again. All right, now put your hands up, put your feet up, and close your eyes. Rock and roll, baby. We got one more. Hold on. Yeah. That was good. I think I should stop and do it again. What do you think? No, we gotta get to the canyon. We gotta pass those cars though. All right. There's a camera. You know, they're watching what I do. Hi. Carlitos here. Hi. They watch what I do. They don't care. All right. Good. We gotta be more professional. You know, we can't be speeding like that. Okay. All right. North. The North Rim Grand Canyon is 7,000 feet above sea level. The hole in the ground is 6,000 feet. If you don't understand that, divide 3 into 6. How many times it goes in it? And then add 3 zeros. 2,000 meters. All right? We continue. Did you know that it takes a pistachio tree 5 to 7 years to grow a harvest? Did you know that? Oh no. That's why the pistachios are so expensive. But what you're viewing right here is a perfect example as to how to grow vegetables in the desert. Remember California did that? There it is. Okay. Now there's another tree growing past the gas station here in front of the motor coach. Oh, this guy's not very nice. There's another tree growing past the gas station on the left. On the left right here. These are almond trees. Almonds. As a matter of fact, I made a song for you. Hold on a second. I haven't really even began with it, but I'll get the song. No, I'm kidding. It goes like this. Almonds on the left, pistachios on the right. And that's all I have. Now look at the green trees right here. You see the green ones? By the way, look at the center of the tree, the stick, the main trunk. You see, it's black. You see it? Some of them are black. You see it? Because this guy, he is weird. Arizona promotes controlled burns. What that is, every time the fire season comes, they burn like 200 meters from the edge into the woods from the right, 200 meters from the edge right here into the woods from the left, and they do that so that when the fire season comes, it doesn't get burned. But he burned each tree. He burned them. Because what happened when you burn a tree? It forced the tree to generate new plant cells, and in that process of regenerating plant cells, you could generate new harvest quicker. It's like a cheat code. You get it? So that's how this guy does it, and it's been working out for him. Okay. Now we continue. They took the land from the Native Americans, and they convert the South Rim Grand Canyon, the North Rim Grand Canyon, Zion National Park. That's just to name a few parks, okay? The very first national park, it was Yellowstone. But in 1919, the first Grand Canyon National Park evolved, South Rim, all right? So the Native Americans said, they got angry, and they said, wait, why are you taking our land? And the government replied with the same term that they replied to everybody that lose their land. They call it eminent domain. Eminem, like the Eminem, the musician. Eminent domain. What does that mean? It means that the government does not need any permission to take your house, my house, your land, my land, as long as the house or the land is used for the federal purposes. They don't need permission. They just take it. But the Native Americans, they didn't like that, and they said, but wait a second, before you even had a constitution established in America, we were here first. So give us a land back. And the federal government realized, oops, they're right. And we have a major problem because we turned the land into hospitals, hotels, restaurants, and park rangers, a horse stable. What are we going to do to compensate? And somebody else said, let's charge an admission fee at every national park, and we give the money back to the Native Americans. And ladies and gentlemen, that idea is still going on today. You go to any national park, you pay the admission, the money comes from your hands, exchange hands, back to the Native Americans. How much money the Native Americans are making, before I give you a fraction of what it is well-deserved money. Remember, they lost their land, their history. You want to read more about that? A major change in property took place in Oklahoma. Read about Skip Row. Native Americans at the Skip Row in Oklahoma. Read about that. We don't talk about that, but that's part of history. They got stripped out of the land, and they got kicked out of the property where their children's leave. This is no longer your land. Just like that. So yes, so the money that they're making is a little fraction of money to all the pain and suffering that they went through, okay? Example, how much money they're making? It's in the trillions. All right, it's in the trillions, but it's well-deserved money that lost all that land. All right, but this bus driver made a mistake. What is the main objective? First, so you can have a better experience. But this guy doesn't care. So he's gonna smoke a cigarette right there. We're gonna wave. And his cigarette ahead. You see that? I gotta smoke a cigarette. I don't care about you guys. But I do care about you guys, okay? The whole objective is that you get there first and you never wait in line. It's more peaceful. You don't want people rubbing shoulders with you. All right? So that's why I do this. Try to get you here first, okay? All right, we continue. And it's gonna drive to Eagle Point. At Eagle Point, you do all your business there. it drives into Guano Point. At Guano Point, you done with your business at Guano Point, you get back to the visitor center. We got that down, right? You need a separate bus to go to the third. A major flood. So the Native American prepared themselves and the flood came. It was so much water that it covered the land completely. And when the water started diminishing with the heat and evaporation, Mother Nature carved a giant image of the giant eagle that came to warn the land about the flood. So that's why it's called Eagle Point. When you drive in, it will be on your right hand side. The bus driver will show it to you. It's 400 meters long, and you see the wings spread out of an eagle. All right, that's why it's called Eagle Point. Now, how did they get a skywalk? 1997. A Chinese man named David Jin, he mentioned to the Native Americans that if they built a glass walk like the one on China, at one of your least desirable viewpoints, you should be able to generate more business at the South Rim Grand Canyon. Now, that's a big statement. South Rim Grand Canyon gets 15 million visitors per year. So the Native Americans, they loved the idea, but they could not make a decision. So they pray about it to Mother Nature for 5 years. 2002, Mother Nature came back with a response. Yes, go ahead and build the skywalk. But I have a request. You cannot build a foundation. You cannot alter the surface, the top surface of the land. You cannot dig a hole. You cannot nail anything on the dirt. The mountain needs to be in the natural state. Cannot be altered. Whatever you're going to build, it needs to be sitting on top of the mountain. Just like a teepee sits on top of the mountain. Just like people go to the beach and they put a blanket on top of the sand and they sit on top of the blanket. So no foundation for this building. So the Native American came back and spoke with David Jin. Mr. David Jin, we have a request, but Mother Nature said that you cannot build a foundation for the building that's going to hold the skywalk. Do you still want to build the skywalk? And David Jin went nuts. He said, are you crazy? This skywalk weighs 64,000 pounds. It's 8 inches thick. If whatever I build is going to flip over inside of the canyon. And then the Native Americans threw some money in the air. Well, we were planning to give you 30 million if you can do it. And we're talking 2002, 30 million is a lot of money. And David Jin said, oh, sure, I changed my mind. I can build it. So David Jin contacted his family. One of his family members is an engineer for NASA. And they designed the Eagle, they designed the building at Eagle Point. It's 3 stories tall. The top floor is a restaurant, and it has a view of the Grand Canyon. You can sit, have chicken fingers, and look down at the skywalk. Okay. You cannot go there unless you buy something. I suggest a glass of wine or a beer. All right. They also built a gift shop, and they have a lot of Native American jewelry. But the Native American jewelry from the gift shop, I like to say, is the most authentic, handmade Native American jewelry from China. Yeah, it's a hustle. Don't buy it from the gift shop. Buy the jewelry from the tables. The Native American ladies selling authentic. Go ahead and set up an alarm on your phone for 105. When your alarm rings, ding 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 ding, stop what you're doing because you run out of time. The time that you have left right now is to come back to the base. Come back to me. Come back to the bus. So you have 20 minutes to come back to the bus. 3 hours plus. All right, so the bus, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you understand. There's a paper here that you have to sign, but I didn't make you sign it.
And what we're about to do, Mandy.
Helicopter.
Carlito said to do it, so we're going to do it.
down. I don't know. They said it's a mile high. That doesn't mean it's a mile down. I mean, those are some tall cliffs. That's just amazing looking. That's how some people feel about it. Everybody, they get in this. I see about time.
Ireland, me and Bernie.
Okay.
Florida. That's Miami. It's Miami.
Walking down here, just be very careful when you went down. We got people waiting for you down there.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Just be very careful when you go down.
Oh, there's more steps. Oh, look at the little boat, Mandy.
Do you guys have any paperwork for me? Did they give you some paper or no?
We just handed
Come on and give it to you.
Oh, that's the only one?
Yeah.
This paper.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I need that one.
Here, Mandy, you're back.
Thank you very much.
Papa, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
You're a star. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Pint on us tonight.
Already practicing this.
We nominate you.
Hello. How are you?
Pretty good, are you?
Good, thank you.
You can grab a life jacket. Just sit anywhere you like.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, one down.
Thank you.
Do you want to sit at the front there or?
Yeah.
Vegas, they said it'll be warm. I don't know if you can see the snowflakes, but it's freezing. And I have a little light summer trousers on me and sandals. Can you see the snowflakes, guys? You can. It's actually snowing here at the Grand Canyon, and I'm in little summer trousers and sandals, but it's deadly. Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
I'm so glad you said come up here.
Wow.
You're not leading in any danger. Christine, right? Let's have some fun. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Do something for giggles. All right. You are there.
Carlito, the tour guide, was telling us that the moths that pollinate the trees, because of the cold, are dying, so the trees are dying. They have about 6 to 7 years and they don't really know what to do to try and save the trees. Hopefully they can think of something. Lake Mead down there.